Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to let people pile in here. 12 on the button. Thursday, the 17th. Good to see everyone on here. I'm going to go live on Instagram right now. Hit the live button. All right. Cool. I don't think I did that last week. So, what up? Who's out there? We got Facebook on. I never think Facebook is actually on. YouTube, Instagram. So, we are on. All right. So, yesterday was an eventful one. There should be a blast going out. Today, we have a new interface that came out on Deal Sauce. So welcome, guys. We are here talking all things Deal Sauce. My name is Justin Tuminowski, and I've been a part of Deal Sauce with Jamil Damji, Pace Morby. We have a lot of cool things coming. I would say this week was probably one of my favorite weeks thus far, other than just being into every other week that we are implementing. But I've had conversations with some of the folks that are the MTR specialists. I'm talking like the Pace Morbies of MTR space. I'll say that. I'll just leave that there. And we'll talk about lending and some really, really awesome different type of leads, or I hate calling things leads. They're prospects at the end of the day. What up, Eric? And they're prospects at the end of the day, but we're trying to bring a different set of data points into this software. Again, lead generation, I call it fishing, is all I love to do. And a lot of us out there need to do that in order to get opportunities. If we want to get cool deals, cool assets, we need to go out and know how to find them. Just like with Eric and we have a bunch of properties together, and I have to go out and get more. I feel there's an obligation to me right now. Good to see Melissa in here. I feel like it's an obligation to go find the boys some new stuff. And I know Eric thinks the same way, and I want to get Elliot, other partners that we have. I want to get them all involved in deals. And for me, even, I'm like, dude, I got to go out and get more deals. And aside from putting our buy boxes out there and putting it out what we want or what we have for sale too, if you're a wholesaler or if you have opportunities and you're just getting going. But there's an urgency for me. Everything's always urgent. So I'm going to try to get in. I'm bringing in another set of data that is really dope. I haven't even used it yet, and I'm super excited. So TBD on that. But guys, we're doing things that no one's going to be doing. We're not just going to try to bring some product out and have it just be, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Whitewashed or watered down. All right, enough of that. So what we're here to do is Deal Sauce. So let me take this down. I'm keeping up the free trial, just so you guys know. I made a video last night, and I think there's an email blast going out to like 70,000 people. So check your email if you follow Pace Morby. If you're not in the community, that's fine. If you don't have Deal Sauce, that's fine. But I think they're reducing it down. Don't quote me because I don't know all the logistics, but I think they're dropping the free trial down from 2 weeks to 1 week. And then you're going to see it go from 1 week to probably like 2 or 3 days. So I would say if you haven't joined, check it out. Check out the Deal Sauce, because I think if you go through my link, you'll probably still get the 2 weeks. After today, I don't know if everything's going to be a blanket 1 week. Just letting you know. All right. So what do we have new? We have a bunch of stuff new. All right. Eric, are you still in California? Oh, well, you're in California all the time. Are you still in Southern California, I should say? All right. Let's get right into it. You guys, I want to say, if you're watching now, if you're watching in the future, definitely come into the YouTube channel. Come on in to my channel. That's where you can see this. Ask questions. If you have questions on Deal Sauce, if you want to learn how to find other opportunities and other deals and other, methods, come on in, make a comment, and I can see everything between usually Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So, all right, let's go into this right now. The latest is the interface. Eric, I don't even know if you saw this yet, but on the filter side of things right here. So I'm hitting this button. All the filters are a little bit more streamlined. We took them out of the drop down menu. So they used to be all right here. Now it's just our quick searches. So our save searches, what we want to, if you want to be notified, I'm just going to go do a high level for you guys. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. If you want to be notified, let's say that, it says my Tennessee Myron list, my Derry, my North Carolina. Those are certain searches that I've saved. So, and then you can also be alerted and get those sent to you via email that anything matches your criteria. And let me turn my phone off. All right. So even more. These are all the special searches that we developed between Paige, Jamil, myself, Corey Ann's in here. And guys, use these to your advantage. Again, I'm going to go surface level on this. You're getting AI and other certain features that we would normally maybe there'd be an upcharge for because it's extra data. But if you use my microfamily strategy, that incorporates, I think it's a 600 score of AI. I believe there's a typo there, or I changed it recently. Yeah, actually, that needs to be altered. So let's say right now that I'm doing my microfamily search. What it's doing right now is giving you a 600 AI score, multifamily, individual, 10 years of ownership, but it's giving you the AI. So we're giving you, even though if you're in a basic subscription, you guys are getting one zip code included, we're going to give you that wherever you go in the country, as long as you use my search. So that's pretty dope. Can you have free access? Yo, it's Danny, 2003. You can go log in through my channel, go through realestatejustin.com/deal sauce. Danny, I'm guessing your name's Danny. 2 free weeks should still be there, but you got to go through that sequence because I think today it's starting to go to 1 week, or after today. They're sending a big blast out. I made a video last night, a tutorial that everyone's going to be getting. Everyone that's involved, that's asked questions about Deal Sauce. And I believe that Pace dropped it down to 1 week, or the powers that be. Can you explain the difference between the two options in pricing? Absolutely. That's probably, I believe you mean that's going to be for month to month, or if you buy it in 1 year. I think 1 year you'll save probably over $200 if you bought it up front. Or they'll do something where it's more digestible at $97, give or take. So I think that's what you mean, Lawrence. But I will tell you this, with whatever plan you go, it's a tool that we need. If you're getting going, if you're brand new, it's all good. What up, elite business? So yeah, let me know if there's any questions you have on that, Lawrence, and then I can go into any more details that you want. All right, so you're getting AI if you use these quick search features here. So read them, check them out. We're going to give you some extra, those are just bonuses is all it is. What up, Mike Jackson? Good to see you. I've been hearing good things about you. You've been working with Rachel Davis over in North Carolina. She speaks so highly of you, so good to see you. I'm having trouble searching for foreclosures, pre-foreclosures, Oklahoma City metro area. All right. And that's actually good to see you, Mike. Mike, let's take a look. So guys, I was going through, while we get there, the new interface. So the filters are now cleaned up. There's more to be done. I believe we're going to drop down where it says leads, commercial, and then the find, fix, and flippers. That's all going to be cleaned up very soon as well. A lot of changes coming. She's the bomb. She is. All right. So, Mike, let's get into this. I have some really cool, I don't know if I want to talk about the updates. I do have some really cool features that I'm working on the foreclosure, pre-foreclosure space that you won't find in PropStream, you won't find in Batch. So stay tuned. I wish I can not just be ambiguous about it, but I'm trying to bring some really sick data in here that will change the game for a lot of people. All right. Let's go to Oklahoma. I love that we can search the whole state, even though you might not want to. So let's go right into that. And let me jump this off. All right. So obviously I was still in my microfamily strategy. I'm going to get rid of all that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm lazy. I'm going to refresh. So we're going to get back into it. We're going to search pre-foreclosures, Oklahoma. And if you want me to go a little bit, I'll draw a custom map and we'll just do that, Mike, for now. All right. So not sure what you want to do. So obviously there's 1.3 million records there. We don't need to do all of those. And I'll try to hit the metro the best that I can do. I could do an overlay and I can actually look. Oh, damn. I didn't even know they had this filter in here yet. So we have about 12 new heat map filters coming out, and they keep releasing them slowly. They're trickling them out. But I just want to see what, maybe I'll just search by, let this sort of guide me. Nadine, good to see you in here if you're still here. All right, so we're going to go backwards. We're going to check this out. I was just looking at the heat maps just to see if it can lead me to make an educated decision, because I'm out of town or I don't know Oklahoma City. But what we'll do is this. I'll follow some of these paths. Mike, I hope I'm doing you justice over here looking for pre-foreclosures. To me, that's going to be the metro. Maybe not. All right, so then we're going to go into filters, head down to pre-foreclosures. So one of the cool features that we ended up putting in here, and this is an idea that I ended up getting from Pace, is not only the double closings that we ended up putting in here, which is pretty unique. It's going to be Pat. Good to see you in here. Pat, all the way over in Atlanta. All right. And hey, Pat, I might have that property I talked to you about. Side note, I might be calling you on. I'm trying to we might have to record the judgment. The lady's not cooperating. And I might just record the judgment. So I'll take the property. And then I don't know what to do with it. So I'll let you know. Pre-foreclosures notices served. That's a pretty unique one. So I want to show you guys that strategy where you don't have to go for the people that are hot to trot right this second. Let me say that again. They're not pre-foreclosed right now. So maybe they caught up, maybe they got a loan mod, but you would see a pattern every year or every other year. You'll see something, a notice of default being served. There's so many houses that I've seen the track record leads up to an eventual, they have to sell. They just go, all right, enough's enough. So I wanted to put that in here so you guys can use that to your advantage. So you can still door knock it, but I would say that's also something that you can probably put in your follow-up sequences. So can you find properties recently sold at auction? You know what? Let me look for that. Let me look for it. All right, so let's go. Stay on task. I'm trying to multitask. So let's see what they have in the last month that have been served. So 38. I always say with pre-foreclosures, there's no better data than getting it straight from the horse's mouth, right? I mean, you got to find the county, what are those? The clerk, it's going to be the courthouse. If they're filing, if the trustee files that notice of default, immediately that day you would want to be notified, or you want to try to see that. Now, by the time any of these data providers, all of us, I'm saying everyone included in the data providing, business, that is going to be, that's the challenge. You want to get that right away. And if they don't report it right away to us, there's a delay. So if you're in your backyard, I always recommend, checking the auction properties, checking the trustees. Some of them have their own websites and their own places. They'll post them right away. I've even seen in my market, they'll post them, because my own private home was a pre-foreclosure. I didn't door knock it, although I tried. I didn't know about Subto yet, and I bought it at the auction. I bought it on the front lawn, and I would buy. That was my game before I got into this business. So I learned a lot about the pre-foreclosures. Was there ever a function to find double closes done in the past 3 months? Yeah, I have that in here. I have it in here. So 1 second. So let's go through this. I mean, the last notice to serve was March 21st, 25th, 4/3. Let's see if we can filter this. We should be able to filter that. So 4/11 auction date. Oh, that's past. This one's May. So I don't know what you were getting at, Mike. So I don't know if we need more data. Are you seeing stuff that's not on here? Just got to catch me up to speed. And then what I wouldn't do is I would not be looking for foreclosures necessarily either, Mike. Depending on how the data comes back, typically when you're pre-foreclosed, if it goes to auction, when it sells at auction, whether the bank buys it back or if a private seller buys it, It is a foreclosed. When the bank buys, it's REO. It's a real estate owned. So I typically don't even bother with the foreclosures, although someone might have a game that they do. I typically don't. I go for the pre-foreclosures and or the pre that I'm bringing in here, trying to bring in here. Let me know, Mike, on the comments. All right, so let's look here. Let's go back here. Mike, I hope that helped. We can always go back. Bro, we got the double closings right here. So I know you had asked for it. That was something that we already had cooking, and this has been pretty good. So give it a whirl when you check it out. You're going to get, you're going to get some mixed data on there. You're going to get people who do, intra-family transfers. You're going to get quick claims, but you got to just weed through that stuff. Eric, who's been in here, and I would say that, we've come through so many things, but we have found wholesalers. I have actually found wholesalers in my market in their deals through the double close feature. So give it a whirl, give it a look. It's brand new. If you see any troubles, do me a favor. And this goes for everybody out there. If you have any troubles, you have any issues, obviously give it a whirl. Go look at my YouTube channel. Go to my YouTube here that you're watching it on. If you are watching it there, or just look at my name. I have a Deal Sauce channel with probably 60 plus videos on there. I should probably remove some because things will always be changing, but there's so many awesome little quick tips I'm trying to show you guys. And what I wanted to get at is, if you see a problem, go to support@dealsauce.io, support@dealsauce.io. If you have any questions that you couldn't find the answers for. So bro, yeah, got the double closings in here for you. That is something, I don't know if anyone else has that. If not, you're going to start to see people having that, but I think it's super important. And what do you get from a double close, guys? If anyone who doesn't understand what a double close is, as wholesaling becomes more of an issue across the country, I think by the time we're in 2030, you're going to end up having almost probably every state, if not damn near all of them, are going to require some sort of requirement of a license or something. Pace and Jamil and Jerry Norton are trying to formulate some sort of wholesale coalition to combat some of the negativity that's going on across the country, but also to regulate it so it doesn't get banned and outlawed. However, to combat some of that wholesaling, we have to close them. You have to do a double close. You have to buy it. Wholesaler has to fulfill that contract, that obligation. And what you're getting out of there is the wholesaler. Maybe there's a transactional lender. Maybe they need money. And then your end buyers. So then you might have your fix and flippers, or who knows who it is. If it's a creative deal, maybe it's the end buyer or landlord. So what up, Subto, Drew? So yeah, you're going to get some really great information if you just do the CSI work using the double close feature. And Mike, I'm glad that helped. Yeah, if you have any problems like that, bro, just, I don't know, come on the live like you did. That's how we resolve them. I'm inside the community on Tuesdays. I'm going to do some more. And on Thursdays, I'll be here. But then, yeah, shoot me a note inside of the YouTube channel. Make a comment. So we just did Oklahoma City pre-foreclosures, guys. And what else can we do? Oh, yeah, I want to show you this too again. For those who are just tuning in, not only are we doing pre-foreclosures, we are doing the number of notices served. So we'll check that out right now, because this is something, like I said, that this is showing a history. I wanted to go backwards. People are always hot to trot and door knocking. That's great. You'll get your first deal. Probably you can get it on the first knock or the 100th. I don't know. But what I'm getting at is it's usually one of the quickest ways of getting a deal. Perfect. However, there's people that need to get served that you're not even knowing about, but they show a track record of pain and anguish that they need help. Not all of them need them. Sometimes they get a loan modification, or sometimes they write there wrong, or they figure it out. Great. Perfect. That's what we're here for. But those who can't, let's get ahead of it before they get notice of default, before your fees start to creep up, before the trustee gets their filthy paws on it and throws a $5,000 to $10,000 markup on it, which makes our entry fees a lot higher and all that. So we have a question. Period one, my question earlier was targeting. By the way, congrats. Redemption period one is what my question was, targeting. Still don't know if I know what that means. Is it Kiefer? Let me know what that means. I'm not the brightest bulb. Let's look at the notices here. So we're going to get rid of the pre-foreclosures. I did the last 30 days. Let's do something where notices serve. I want to go a minimum of 3 notices. Let's check that out. We still might alter this. I'm trying to look for 3 notices with 1 seller. I don't know if I'm able to niche it down so far. That's really comprehensive. It's 542. What we can do here, I bet you we can just do it by some dates. There's always a workaround, and Eric and I always come on here. We're always talking about workarounds. Is this live based on basic subscription or with the upgraded version? No, this is all basic. This is all basic biatch. So what up, Derek? Yeah, guys, this is all in the basic subscription, and we actually are going to bring out some more stuff inside the basic subscription. And I'll go through some of the newest features in a moment. But right now we're looking at double closes we're looking at pre-foreclosures that how many times people were served a notice. And I went with a minimum of 3 notices to show a track record. So let's just go into this one. Obviously, we're going to get some people that are like, all right, perfect example. But this could be different owners too, which would be super weird. So this is an 06 property, purchased in maybe 06, 2022. So we have, interesting. So 11422, 121, 121, 322. So a couple months later, there's your trustee. This one's weird. Julie Webb, maybe it's the wife. Maybe it's a husband and wife, something like that. Either way, I want to show you guys this track record. That's exactly what we're looking for. We're just skipping to the, rather than have to do all the research ourselves, we're just trying to skip the head of the line and see who's got a bunch of notices. Look at this. This is exactly what I'm doing. Every year, this guy has a notice, except for the current years, but there could be something pending soon. 2020, 2021, 2022. So he's not on anyone's radar right now. However, stuff hits the fan, and I think that he might need something. So that's all I'm trying to do. This is a multifamily. Richard James. I'm Richard James. All right. So let's keep going. Guys, so those are the two features that are some of you new. Pre-foreclosures, notice to serve, and double closings. Check them out. All right. Other stuff we have voice AI. So Lead Pipes AI search. This isn't just using your voice. So I'm getting into something new here. And this is all basic subscription as well. You can use your voice right here, using, just record yourself talking. It'll regurgitate what you got. But what you can keep doing is stacking your requests. So play with it. There's people that are enjoying it immensely right now. I've had some good success where we've played with it and we've told it, hey, give me the 3 best zip codes in, I don't know, the state of New Hampshire, my backyard. And it will give you maybe the 3 best towns with, then I said, hey, give me, multifamily properties, I don't know, with owners that may have owned it over 5 years. And then maybe you give it another prompt after that and say, well, I'm only looking for houses that are 1970 and above. So we can keep doing the work for us. I did not see your DM, but I can look. All right, guys. So that is the Lead Pipes AI search. That's one of the newest features as well. I want to show you something else. Let's look into this property right here. I didn't really talk about this either. This is Target Match AI. So again, let's say you had a good deal, a homie or someone who had a good deal and you're like, damn, that was a really sick deal. That was a nice property. What the numbers, whatever it was. We can try to find similar deals through this. So again, we're just trying to use AI to our advantage. We're just trying to streamline some of the work. So we can just look at this property. We can say, hey, we're going to buy at a discount to fix and flip it, to buy and hold, list that market value. So let's say we're going to buy and hold and flip. Let's see here. Now we can do this and you can do a radius of 50 miles, or we can go, I think this does its own radius. And then you go aim, good, better, best. Well, I go right down the middle. Take a look. So we just brought up 50 properties. Man, it's amazing when you search other parts of the country, because when I do my searches, it's like 5 because we have no one up here. Jesse, what up, dog? Good to see you. We're going to be doing some collaboration soon, brother. Hope to see you in here doing something with you guys. Jesse Vasquez in here. Medium term, midterm, expert having his event next week. I can't go. We're all going to be here. And guys, Jesse's events in San Diego, you best be going if you're in that space. I'm jealous. I'm pissed. I can't go there. So bro, can't wait for one of the next events. Hopefully I don't have to wait a year to get to go hang out with you, but guys, check out his event. I think it's sold out, or it's going to be sold out. So we have that target match here, guys. And we're looking for deals that are going to be exactly like we just wanted. So check that tool out. If you got good deals, you're seeing properties and opportunities that you want to find more, put that property in here, send it out. So that's one of the latest features as well. I want you guys to know about something. It's kind of the nerdy section here. We're going to go into an area it's not sexy, but what we're doing is I'm just trying to implement and put tools in here for everyone to just take action, but also little nuggets. So right here, one of the AI insights. Again, we'll just search. Dang, I should have remembered one of those properties. Let's do, all right, let's do this address right here. There's always one of these addresses. There we go. It's always a center and a main, or a central. So what we're trying to do right now is we're trying to look at AI statistics of a property. And I mean, already we upgraded. So folks were looking, they came here and like we put stuff out, right? We put an idea, they implement. It's not the sexiest. We're just trying to put some cool stuff out. But then people go, well, hey, Justin, what does a 3 out of 10 mean? So I just wanted to let you guys know we heard you. And then we put the legend in here. So y'all that can't function without a legend, there you go. But a 3 out of 10, I would say, is a less than, 10 would be a high flood zone. And I would say that then, so we're just giving you the quick and dirty on some of these amenities here. Elementary, so their school system, 8 out of 10, I would say that's a good thing. Again, put your property in here, search it, spits back some basic information. And so all we're doing in here is just tools. I mean, you guys all have them, but what I'm trying to do is if you're on the phone, we're cooking, right? I'm on the phone. I can't go use my phone for the calculator that I always use. I just wanted a basic ass calculator here. I have my Mac. I do not know where the calculator is on my computer. I promise you. So for people like me, maybe I'm only a rare case. That's exactly what we're doing here. There's going to be more inside of this. I want you to essentially come in here and I want to be able to go, who are you? Who's your daddy? What does he do? Are you experienced? Are you a rookie? What do we got? And from there, I want to be able to lead you into success and, or, hey, I need a market. All right, cool. You want a market? Let's go over to the property search. Let's go bring up the map of the United States and then do an overlay on flips by the county. I'm a fix and flipper, or I want to go find opportunities. So let me go search counties that are bomb. That's all we're doing here. So that's what this is all about. And we'll have more of these filters in here, guys. But for your market research, maybe we're going to have rental data, which I know the rental data is coming very, very, very soon. We essentially pulled some of it out so we can work on it and then give you guys some more data. All right, keep going here. I hope that answered the question on the basic subscription, me, myself, and I. One last thing on that I want to touch base on. This is something that a lot of folks forget, but we have an entire second half on Deal Sauce of underwriting, back of house. It's, Pace might call it the CRM. I mean, it's a jack of all, but let's just go into it real quick. And guys, put your questions in here. If you got any search questions, any issues, throw them at me. Let's go check out that property. So that 160 center, this is all in the basic subscription as well. And check it out. If you want to do wholesale, I'm trying to give you some of the things to think about when you're doing a wholesale transaction. Again, I'm speaking to the greenie. I'm speaking to someone who's coming into Deal Sauce. They pulled a list. They maybe have got someone who raised their hand and they're like, all right, what next? I want to at least give you some of the things to think about, like an assignment fee, of course. But, you know, most often we have a TC, a transactional coordinator. Dispo, do you have someone actually JVing with you and or someone who's going to sell the deal for you? So that's what we did here. Just line items to stimulate. If you got nothing, don't put it. But when you do have something, you know, let's say the list price was 180 for this property, you're actually getting it for, I don't know, let's say it says its ARV is 441, list price is 180. That's probably the oldest, last time it sold. Let's say we're buying it for 225. ARV, I think it's as is value right now, because I'm going to go wholesaler, is probably we'll say 280. So then we start putting our numbers in. I want to make $10,000 on this deal. The dispo fee, I'm going to probably pay someone $5,000 if they help me. Closing, I have to consider those numbers. If I think about these numbers as a wholesaler, $5,000. Oh crap, there's an agent. I'm going to give him 2,500 bucks. So my max allowable offer on something like this is 257. That's all we're trying to do here, guys. Use the comments, talk to your team members. You got team members that come in here. And let's hit it. So, all right, here we go. From here, then we have the creative underwriting. This is a little more comprehensive, but what we're trying to do is to stimulate your brain, trying to stimulate you on understanding what a creative deal would look like on the entry fee. I'm speaking to people that are either brand new, they're not in any type of creative community, which is completely fine. I actually enjoy folks not being well-versed inside of creative, because when they come in here, they're going to know wholesale. All right, cool. But you're also going to learn how to look at things, you know, with several lenses. And I think that you're just a freaking badass when you can do more than just cash transactions. And when you start knowing what to look for in the exits, you just become so much better. So we're going to try to port over on a creative underwriting here. We're going to port over the info we know. No, the county just don't tell us everything. Sometimes the liens and the debts aren't exactly correct, but we're going to port everything we know, but we're also going to leave placeholders for you. So, hey, what's the rent in this market? We're giving you what we think it is, but also the daily rate. You can adjust that, but you can go, oh, damn, I want to do co-living on this property because it's, I don't know, a 3-bedroom. I already toured it. I'm going to do 5 bedrooms. I know I can get $5,000 a month for rent. So depending on what you do on the right-hand side, there's underwriting that's always being done. You're underwriting simultaneously for like a ton of strategies, whether you want to or not. But let's talk about the interest rate. The PITI. So your principal, maybe it's 500 a month. Interest is 500 a month. Taxes estimated at 239, and then your insurance is 190 bucks a month. Pretty dope. Again, other places have gotten burned. Other people have gotten burned in the community and our friends because they were looking at something that like PropStream might do, and they were giving you PIT, principal, interest, taxes, but they weren't giving you that insurance, and they lost on wraps. Right on. Right on. All right. So, we got new people here. I love that. All right. So keep going. And then guys, same thing here with the entry fee. I won't bore you with it. All the things to think about. I drew a little line here because you got to think about cost of money, your rehab, your furnishings, utilities. Maybe I'm going to sell this deal to somebody. I need to know what they're going to do with it. And I want to also present that to them. I know back in the day when Pace Morby was buying a lot of short-term rentals, I think he bought like freaking 100 in Atlanta or 50 around Georgia, Atlanta. We have a deal and we were presenting this opportunity to him. And he's like, here's like the 7 things I look for. So whenever you send him a deal back in the day when you could just physically send him a deal, it was, you had the furnishings in there, you had the repairs in there, you told him everything you thought it needed. Again, so I love that when someone did the work for you too, and you have to confirm your numbers, you have to look at it too. However, when you're sending something to somebody, you also don't want to look like a jerk. Because if he looks at it and he goes, dude, you put $10,000 in furnishing on a 5-bedroom house, anyone in their right mind understands it's not a thing. All right. $10,000 you could buy a washer, dryer, you could buy your appliances in a house for that. Would you consider the PIT number on Zillow very accurate? I would say it's probably very similar. They're doing the same thing we're doing. Zillow, I don't even know if they're actually, Zillow is giving you a number though, based sometimes I think on, what is it, the newest, they're like, if you were to take out a mortgage right now, I could be wrong. But yeah, what we're doing, all we can do is assume and or have put an algorithm on the taxes, not on the taxes, on the insurance. Because if we go to Florida, Texas, Panhandle, where you're going to have a lot of different insurance premiums. I just ran numbers on we have a deal that closed. It was $900,000. The insurance on it is $4,000, and we're trying to fight some flood insurance on it, which is $2,000. So that's astronomical. It's insane. $4,000 a year in insurance. If we can get that down to $2,000, which is more digestible, and it's not in a floodplain. Well, it's not near the ocean. It's not in a hurricane prone area. It has a stream nearby and they're calling it a flood. So we have to fight it. But guys, what I'm trying to get at is there are nuances that you need to know about. We're going to do some of the work for you here, but it's at least giving you a placeholder. That's the biggest thing. All right, cool. So let's keep going. All right. And that was last thing, seller finance. So you feel a hybrid deal, Subto, seller finance, put them together. There you go. All right. Enough on that. That's all including the basic subscription. Can't say that today. Any questions on what we went through? Does anyone have any problems, any troubles they're finding, or they want to market? They're looking to pull a different list? Let's hear about it. All right, what else do we have that's brand spanking new? Workflows. That's boring. I don't want to do workflows. There's so many different little things we're pulling out, guys. We're going to get, all right, we'll do this one. I want to bring lenders in here. So I want you to be able to go inside of here, pull a deal. Let's go. Let's go with that same deal here. All right, let's take this Oklahoma deal and we're going to put it into my leads. We're going to port it right over to the portfolio. Jesus Navidad. There you go. Pretty interesting. Good to see everybody on here. Hey guys, check it out. I said it this morning, said it earlier. Check out the deal sauce. If you don't have it, 2 free weeks should still be active on my account. However, I made a video last night. Pace asked me to make a video. He said, hey, go on, do a tutorial on all the latest features. They asked me to do a 5-minute video. There's no chance we could do 5 minutes of all these features. And what I'm getting at is they're reducing it down to 7 days, a 7-day free trial. So they're putting a big blast out today to folks. Apparently they pulled a bunch of folks. So they did a poll. I can't say that word either. And they ended up telling folks, hey, what do you want to hear about most? And Deal Sauce came back number 1, which is pretty dope. So with that being said, what up, Tim? They're reducing it. They're giving it away to a bunch of folks, but he already said, he's like, they're going to go down to like 2 or 3 day trials. They're going to reduce it now to 7 day and then probably to 2 to 3 day. And I don't know if they'll remove it in general, but yeah, I mean, Pace is going to go big time with it soon. And he's just putting more money into it, more deals. We're putting more information into it. So I could imagine that they're going to tighten the belt. All right. So here I'm porting over a deal. We're just going to put it into Test Guilford. How's that? So what we're doing is we're taking a property from the search side of the software in the basic subscription, porting it over to the back of house, all included in the basic subscription. Just want to keep reiterating that for folks who might not be aware. I think I put it in here. You can label these anything you want. All right, there it is. There's our Oklahoma City deal. So from here, new, inbound, Justin. You could do your underwriting. We already went through that. You can get your comps. You can get comps in another area too. I can show you guys that. But again, we're in the back of house. So think of that. This is where the integrator might live. This is where some of your team members might be in. And they're doing, I don't want to go there. They might just be like Pace's team. They're in here running constantly on fix and flip opportunities and looking for fix and flips. I've helped them out. And their whole team's back here. And they all have their own little, like a little beehive. Pretty dope because they're looking at deals probably 20 a day. All right, I'm going to continue and skip this for now. But here, it gets a little bit deeper. What I want to show you guys is this. Let's go. Let's say you did your underwriting. Let's say this is a buy and hold. First of all, you can go out and make an offer. All right, this is one at a time. Now you can change some of these templates around. We can do some things. You can add files, but what we're giving you the opportunity to make offers in here. So here's the other thing. I don't want to take anything away from any of my homies that might have a software that does this on a grand scale, which that is, if you're going to scale, you need to do volume. You need to get deals out there. Perfect. If you're looking to be a sniper and put more emphasis, maybe a custom email, this is where I would do that. Or if you don't have any of those other softwares, you're just getting going, you don't want to be purchasing a bunch of softwares, Deal Sauce, come in here, bring your homies in here, all for nothing, and make offers and opportunities where it's included. So I just want to show you guys that. We're always just trying to give you the opportunity to get deals, but you can do custom offers. All right, great. What if I said that you came in here, did your underwriting? Now, these are all little cards. You don't have to use them all, but you can do more underwriting. What if we took all the data we know from your underwriting, formulated into a nice little, cute little package, and then sent it out to lenders to say, hey, would you lend on this deal? Would you lend on me? That's what we want to bring here. That's what we want to do. So stay tuned on that. We're working hard to get you guys funded on deals too. Like we want to be able to show what you have, put it in the best light, or maybe there's a formula that you guys are, a lender particularly likes. Then we can go get lending on it. So that's pretty awesome. And let's do this. View creative underwriting, view comps. Let's see if I can get some, what else can I do here? I don't want to export anything right now because it might take too much time and I got to share different screens. Yeah, we won't do that. But yeah, that's what I wanted to get at for you guys, give you the back of the house, also talking about lending opportunities and bringing in lenders. All right. Let's go find some more new stuff. So one of the new things that's coming, it's been asked about. Again, I don't like talking about things that we don't actually have live in the live environment, but I do have confirmation that we pushed hard for better data. We ended up getting HOAs. Oh, hey, Angie. So Angie had a good question, guys. Let me stop what I'm doing here. Angie said, sorry, Justin, I'm very new to this. Don't be sorry. I can make offers off this app, or do I need to have something like LOI to send it out? Angie, great question. So, and sorry for not being clear. Yes, you can send offers in here, basic subscription, no strings attached. You can do one off at a time. So I was saying, I've said this before. Yeah, this is an LOI Blaster, although we are going to have a button in here for LOI Blaster. You don't have to have it. I don't want people to spend money, unnecessary money, until they're cooking, right? But if you don't have LOI Blaster and it's a tool that you can buy, I always go, all right, buy the tool to go get better, to do better jobs, to get more income. Love it. But if you don't have it, then do start off and doing the sniper approach. And I would use our system to do one at a time. So I hope that helps, and you're very welcome. Yeah. Listen, guys, I mean, I love buying tools, right? I'm an electrician by trade. Do I practice electrical all the time? No, I don't get to. I do it on like my own house and my own projects sometimes. Don't tell Pace. Got yelled at for that. However, like I cannot stop buying tools. New tool, new something. I'm like, I can get to do something else with this. This is pretty dope. That's all it is. You have to think of it that way. And we want to invest in tools so we can do better jobs and better quality. I can get nerded out on that, and I won't. But yes, the other thing is, I mean, we're talking prop AI, we're talking lending, crowdfunding. I mean, so many cool things that we want to bring in here. All right. Buy boxes. That's another one. Where was I? I was going into one of the things. All right, guys, I have another 10 or 15 minutes. So I'd say, let me know if there's something else you want to see. I was going with a high level update on this today and just a bird's eye view because I felt it was necessary. I did it last night, did it yesterday. And yeah, what we ended up doing, just surface, hitting all the newest features. HOA. That's what I was getting at. We have HOA data coming. Ask and you shall receive. It's one of the things that's been hot to trot on my list. And think about it. You know, I know I don't have it necessarily a lot of HOAs up in my neck of the woods. However, when we're doing even the LOI blasting, going to agents, active market, let's just do Oklahoma. Actually, I got to go backwards. Let's do Oklahoma, but let's do it differently this time. Let's do active listings. Let's go high equity this time, or we should have done free and clear. Let's see what comes back. 664 come back as free and clear active listings. Hey, Penny, I think I'm going to see you very shortly. I think you and I have an appointment. Is there a way to see only your leads on a map? So these ones right here? Penny has a good question. And we can go through this too if you want in depth. But right now we're looking up active on market, free and clear. And what we want to do is there'll be a toggle on or off. So have HOA or don't have HOA. That's what's coming right now. All right. So what we'll do, and that will be the next feature because guys, obviously if we're doing deals, we're doing co-living, whatever your strategy is, we just want to filter that out. I think it's a necessary tool. So pretty dope. That's coming in. I don't ever quote me. I want to say it, but it's like, I'd like to see next week, but I can't live by that. Good to see you, Neil. But it's coming. One of the features that a lot of folks have asked, HOAs. So let's do it. So Penny asked, I meant the ones added to my leads. Then I am looking at my leads list and I want to see those, the ones I narrowed down to. So good question. All right. So for instance, if we added this whole list in here, if we took maybe the first 25, put them in here, just have those on here. That is a really, really good question. I don't have an exact workaround right now. Let me see if I can do that. Because I thought it changed when I did that, but it doesn't. No one's ever asked that. I do like that. I don't know how we would display it. I don't know how quick I can get that done. I know there's a bunch of things ahead of that. However, we can definitely put something like that as a suggestion. That's the cool thing about being here. Like that's one of the dopest things. Penny can go, hey, Justin, I actually want this request. Can we talk? Can we have this? And I can't guarantee everything, but what we can do is put it on the board and say like, all right, and they're going to go, all right, what's priority? How many people are asking? HOA moved up. Pace said, I want HOA more. I said, they personally said, okay, let's do it. But I think it's a really good, I think it's a good suggestion. I'll think about this too, because these are the things I'll be like, oh, maybe we'll do this and we can figure out that way. There's sometimes a workaround. But Penny, I'm going to write that down. That's a really good suggestion. So guys, she wants to know that when she pulls her list, can we just have that list now populate onto the maps? So I bet you we could. So I'll say leads only map. And maybe it's already there. I just never done it. Cool. All right. There was something else we wanted to look at. I had sold. It's a shame that I already forgot. All right, guys. So I would say pipe in. Let me know if there's anything else we have in here or anything you guys want to see. And let's go through Oklahoma. Let's get out of this. So we talked about the HOA, talked about some of the other features we're going to be bringing in. If there are suggestions or problems, again, guys, support@dealsauce.io, support@dealsauce.io. Take a screenshot if you have a problem or if you had a bug or something that happened. Sometimes it's our own browsers, it's our own computers. I had a problem, my team and I, it was our local problem, but they can help us walk through that. Yeah, let's look at comps. Cool. Is it Charla? Charla said she wanted to see some comps. Let's go for it. So I always say there's two ways they're getting there. I think there's a third too, but we'll go through the two. And I'll just use the screen that we have on. Let's say we're active on market, but you know what? We actually were looking. I want to show you guys a quick calculator before I get there, or a quick calculation. Look at this. If you're using the profit potential, I had a few people ask me about finding deals because there are deals on the MLS. There are opportunities. Is that my forte? It's not. But if that's your strategy and you find discounted properties that you go, I know this property fixed up is going to be worth more. They're selling it on MLS for a discount, and we're actually seeing that as well because sometimes our algorithms based on some of the market data is really good. Now, if in your rural areas and you have no data, it's hard to go off of. But look at the profit potential. And you can say, hey, I want 40% profit margins on the asking price versus what Deal Sauce actually thinks it's worth. So check that out. But in the interim, let's say that you are looking for more comps because, yeah, something came through on the profit calculator or the profit margin search filter. And you're like, let me verify that. Right away, you can go right here, comps. So the cool thing is we give you the Google information, all your agent information's right here. So folks that go, oh, I got to go pay for skip tracing, or why don't we have skip tracing, which TBD, I got better news on that. Hopefully bringing that in here, where it's already skip traced, but just like this, the agent's information's done. So there's no excuses why we can't get opportunities or get it in front of opportunities at least. Like, well, why can't I call this agent right now? Well, let's say we talk to the agent and we want to go find comps. Click of a button there. So already I can see one is pending. We're giving you, look at the top here, guys. I'm going to show you, I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit, but we're going on. So this address right here is a 3-2. So there's your target address right now. We're going to go to 2-1 as your minimum. Feel free to change it. If you have a lot of comps and maybe you're going, hey, 1 mile is a little too much, bring it back to a half mile. See, again, we still have a bunch of data, right? In the neighborhoods, I mean, those are neighboring neighborhoods. Square footage, we always go up and down based on where the existing square footage is. So the square footage is 2,000, I'll say 209. Yeah, so I think we do like a 250 ratio, give or take, 200. Then singles, you can look at other things you want. I mean, it shouldn't be bringing you those, but you can get rid of all this stuff. I don't even know what we're looking at. Your years, pay attention to your years. This is something that, again, depending on where you are in your country, guys, on the comps, you got to understand that I might be 1900 to 1999. I need to see it all because I have old stuff here. But other people like to keep it in this, 20-year mark. And then pay attention to the last filter here. And we have more filters coming in here. So TBD, county records, all sorts of things. But you get your pending, active, sold. Now I want to see it all. And I like choosing because I would like to know that I have way too many comps. I want to narrow this down. This right here tells me we have a lot of good data. There's too many comps for me. We should have like 3, 4, 5, and you're good. Yeah, so there is data in the non-disclosure states. We focused on those first. Found out some pretty cool information on that. But yes, we do have non-disclosure. And we literally like changed the number by $100. All right, so check it out. And then you could just do thumbs down. I don't like this one. I don't want this one in here. And we can just, I like this one. I like this one. I like this one. So if you had, let's say, these 4 comps that you actually enjoy, we can end up doing, it gives you all your averages right here, guys. Average per square foot, average sale price, AVM, and your average square foot on those. Then you download this report or you send it to your portfolio. So again, you can send this now to your portfolio. Underwriting and your comps are going to be there. Then you continue on, get your deal analyzed, then put it into a nice fancy spreadsheet. We have a nice little way of cleaning it up. It actually looks really good to present it either to your investors, to capital raisers, or I'd like to bring it into somewhere else, TBD, that we go, hey, I got a deal. Can you guys fund it? So we want to get you we want to move the ball down the field, and we want to be here for the whole path for that. Good to see you, Neil. So that's one area of comps. What time is it? Now we got time. Hey, Penny, I think I'm seeing you. Penny's in here. I'm supposed to leave here and go hang out with Penny for a little while. So if I'm late, there's an excuse. So, all right, let's go back and I'll find you another area to go find those comps. So when you go in the underwriting cards, guys, I'm in the portfolios. I'm clicking on some random property. As an hour. All right, cool. Well, I usually give myself a buffer between the meetings too, because when I leave here, I have notes. Maybe have a sip of water. But all right, let's go into here. I'm trying to buy some deals. I have to talk to a seller. Right here, make an offer. We already went through that. At the bottom is going to be comps. Your cards, let me show you guys this. Customize dashboard right here. Click that button. I am a cocktail napkin underwriter. Is there a way to search specific area of a zip code? One, hell yes, Stephanie, there is. And Stephanie, I can put you can give me 5 zip codes and they can be 5 different states and we can show it. But we can also hone in and draw. Hang on to that question. I'm not done with that, but I do want to go touch it. So what I was getting at is you can customize this. I do cocktail napkin underwriting. The math you see I honestly do it on a piece of paper. And the reason why I showed you guys earlier this stuff, which I'm jumping around now. Right here. This is all I do. This is why I made it, honestly. And I understand that not everyone's like us, like me. And we're actually bringing in AI to just give us the prompts. Honestly, we're doing the commercial data underwriting right now. It's like, what do you want to know? We're bringing in the commercial data. What are you doing? Buy and hold? Cool. How many doors? What's the rent rate? What's your cap, NOI, all these things. We're going to have it. Goes into AI. AI is going to spit it out for us. The days of the Excel spreadsheets and all that stuff, it's nonsense. I think some people like it, but there's a million calculators out there. Not one size shoe fits all. But for me, let's get the meat and potatoes. For those who want to go deeper, this is where you're going to live. And I actually want you to be in here. And let's just say you're going to do buy and hold. So when I was talking about customizing the dashboard, you might not need everything in here. You might look at this and go, dude, I don't care about, value over time, cash positioning. I can tell you I don't, but here's your comparables. There was a reason why I was weaving that in here to get there, but I want you to see that you can take this customized dashboard and you can move it all the way up and you can make it a priority. So I'm just customizing this dashboard based on what I want. And that's what I wanted you guys to have. You guys have full right over this. You can do anything. Get insurance quotes. Cool. Do I really care about that? Maybe. Maybe this make an offer you don't want right at the top. Send it down. Bring it down. You go, I don't need any of that baloney. So I want you to show you that. But also there's other ways we're calling them the assumptions, where you can go in and set your criteria points. I won't get into that here because it's a snooze fest for some, but you can come in here and say like, hey, my closing costs are always 5%. I'm making that up, 3%. You can put a fixed number on here. So it's going to stay on all your calculators or whatever you dictate it to, but maybe you go to a different market, but North Carolina, it's 2.5%. Well, you could put that in there too. So you guys have full capability of like customizing this whole place based on your needs, but you have to put the time in here to set it all up. If that's what you're doing, know your backyard, know your deals, know what you're doing. Perfect. Set it up. And then you guys are good. Then you're underwriting tons of properties at And that was the thing. We were like multiple underwriting at the same time. All right, cool. Specific ways of searching zip codes. I hope that helps. So Stephanie, give me an example, or you don't have to give me an example, or if I'm out of line and not following your question, tell me, but I'll just do a zip code. We'll go, what was that one? That was a TV show, 90210. So, let's go take a look. Cool, we have wholesale deals. What is this, Beverly Hills? Napa? Beverly Hills. So we're in one specific zip code. Now we can do a bunch up here, guys. Keep that in mind. I think we can go up to 5, but it could be different states, it could be anywhere. Now, what I think Stephanie's asking it is, she's like, hey, I like this zip code. And we had a similar question last week. 91210. Oh, did I mess that up, Neil? Got close. But if she's saying, hey, I like this valley right here, this canyon between this valley, I messed up. Well, you guys get my point. We honed in on a zip code with the polygon search tool. Oh, Neil, you were wrong. Neil put 91210. That sounds pretty good too. I'd go 50-50. But yeah, look at this, guys. So we took a section of a zip code. And then what you can do here, Stephanie, if I'm still on with you, you can change this. We can click and drag it a little bit. You go, no, I don't really want to be over there, but I do like what you did. Oop, I went too far. Search that area. Roger Bremer, you don't hear anything. I think might be you, dog. So let's do this again. Stephanie, let me know if that's it. Oh yeah, that's what you got. So that's what she wanted. Good. Stephanie, I would use this tool to your advantage. This is one of my favorite tools, even though it seems so dang simple. I actually like to do this because in my market, I'll show you this. I was going to type in New England. That's not even a state. I'm in New England, so it's a bunch of small states, right? I get 6 states right here. It's within an hour or so, but I don't want to be up here. Like that's no man's land. This is just moose and whatever, but I like being like this. I don't really want Vermont, so I stop there at the border. I come down here, and I'm like, I don't really want to go all the way down to Connecticut, so I might go here, and I just go in the ocean. Again, we're not putting any handcuffs on anybody. Prop stream was 250 square miles. If you understand what 250 square miles is, it's literally like searching this, not even this, probably this. That's BS. So I think right now we're probably in 6 states, give or take. And I think that's one of the coolest tools. But you can also dive around certain areas that you don't like. Maybe there's a hood, maybe there's a rural area, go around it and just draw it. And then what you want to do from here, guys, other cool feature, save it. Save it. So take this, go to the filter section, save this filter if that's what you already orchestrated. Oh, they put a limit on this, not on this. Let's see how many I have. Oh, because I have 3.8 million records. That's what they don't want. So do your filtering. I should have niched it down, of course, guys. I should have put, multifamily. That would have brought it right down. Let's do that. Someone tried uploading, I think they told me the other day, 700,000 records or 70,000. I don't know what you're doing. 328. Let me inquire about this one. I don't like that they put the handcuffs on me for that. That's a new feature. That was because someone got 700,000 records. But what we should be told about this, meaning I'm not trying to upload these and get them out of my system. I'm going to report this one, guys. This is one I don't like. See, again, that's the coolest feature here is we're doing stuff but they maybe went a little too far with it. It's like, all right, let's repeal this. I'm not cool with it. And that's the power of having this community by investors, like this software by us, for us. All right, so we're going to talk about 100,000 limit. Anything else, guys? Anyone else have any questions, any concerns, search criteria? You want to get saucy on something else? We're going to be doing a challenge probably in a week or two. So that's going to be fun. All right. If that is all we have, I have to see our friend Penny in about 50 minutes. Charlotte, good to see you, and you're very welcome. Any questions, don't hesitate, guys. Go on the YouTube channel. There's other videos. I have playlists down there. Make a comment. I think that's the easiest. Either that or DM me on Instagram. But without doing that, just go on the comments on the Deal Sauce channels under my videos. And if you see something, just make a comment. I'll probably see it. And I can make a video. Penny, I'll see you in a little while. And guys, Deal Sauce, check it out. 2 weeks free. I think it's going away today. Don't quote me, but they're going to 1 week, 7 days. Mike, any other questions, bro? Let me know. Mike, I have some cool stuff for you that's coming. So stay tuned. I can't promise it's going to happen anytime soon, but there's going to be I think we're going to try to bring some really neat stuff in here for the pre foreclosures, and use the filter that we put in here of searching pre-foreclosures as well. And the notices served. I think that is a really cool topic and feature that we don't talk about often. And yeah, it's good to see everybody in here. And if you want to see the replay will be in the YouTube channel. I'm live every Thursday. I may not be live next Thursday, depending on what we do. But good to see everybody in here. And I will see you on the next one. See ya.